Hey everyone, welcome back. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. I'm glad you guys are here. And I'll tell you how much I love you. I took a break from watching one Hallmark Christmas movie while we had dinner and a nice dessert. We had some chocolate cake and ice cream tonight. We were just in the mood for that. To pausing the next Hallmark Christmas movie so I could chat with you guys. So if you do not know me well, I am a Christmas girl 365 days a year. I know that will annoy the bejuvies out of some of you. That's okay. That's okay. You don't have to like it. I do. I love it. If people say to me, what's your favorite music? It's Christmas music. Yes. Every day, all day, 365 days a year. I love the music. It brings me joy. It brings me happiness. It makes me feel happy. It just does. And if I don't have Christmas music on, I have praise and worship music on. So that's all I do. And I think about Christmas all year. I love the gift giving part of it. I love doing for others. I love giving to others and all that good stuff. So I love you guys too. So it's right over here and it's being paused so I can talk with you guys. So thanks so much. So many of you enjoyed the last video. If you did not catch that, I gave some simple tips on simplifying your stockpile. But the who's, the whens, the whys, the wheres, just some questions. You know, I find, even though I'm pretty knowledgeable maybe in a certain subject, or at least I think I'm knowledgeable, and then I listen to somebody else and I go, oh, duh. Like, yeah, I could have learned a few more things from that person. They did things the same, but with a little different twist to it, or they went to a different store, they went down a different way to do that. It's always good to learn from each other. And it's one of the great things about YouTube. There's so many things out there. And, you know, I was saying to my husband, and I know I'm different. I know there are some people that would say I'm crazy, and that's okay. I can be crazy. I'm going to do what I feel led to do. But if you've ever watched the story or the movie Miracle on 34th Street, and they go to shop, and that Santa is telling people, if we don't have it, then you go down the street to the store that has it. So that whole concept, people don't agree with, because everything's about me and what I can get and what I deserve. And, you know, now there's nothing wrong with building yourself and being your cheerleader and, hey, come on over and visit my channel. And absolutely, don't forget about At Home with Lynn Wilson. Tell your friends, share my videos, tell people if they need some help with stockpiling or, you know, just some encouragement to come over and visit with me. But my hair is terrible. Oh my goodness. Long day at the office. Sorry about that. Ooh. I digress. But I wanted to, 'tis the season, Thanksgiving season, Christmas season, holiday season. I'm in that mood. So I want to give a shout out to two people. One lady I have given a shout out to before, and that would be Jan from New York City, Saves Money. I want you to check out her channel, and I will leave a link below. And the other channel is Debbie. Oh my, I forgot her name. I think it's Debbie Saves Money. Nonetheless, I will link in the description below a video. They did a collaboration, gave some really great pointers on stockpiling, some really great tips, and they come at it from a different perspective. And listen, just like a Miracle on 34th Street, if we don't have the product you need, somebody else probably has it. Everybody's personality is different. Everybody can offer different things, different ideas. In the end, it's good to help each other out. So I'm going to help those two ladies out. I will leave that in the description below. Please check out their channel. And if you do and you like their video, don't hesitate to subscribe. They can use the you know, extra help. And, you know, linking a video like that and giving me a thumbs up, giving them a thumbs up. That thumbs up lets YouTube know that, hey, I kind of like this information. I like that person. And it helps circulate our videos. So we thank you in advance for that. So, okay, couple of things that were really interesting, that comments that I got. And the one lady said, thanks for that tangible insurance. And I said to my husband, what a cool way. Like, you take out life insurance, you're taking out insurance to help you in the future. So by stockpiling, you're really taking out food insurance in a way to protect your future. And I really liked how she said that. So I thought that was pretty cool. And another person, and you know what, duh, I should know this. She said, don't forget about going to the food bank. When I mentioned if you can't afford $1 this week and to save your pennies, listen, I still recommend get a jar, get a coffee mug, put your pennies in it, save until you get $1 and start saving for your stockpile. I even tell my husband all the time, sometimes we say we can't afford things. Well, it is what it is. You do what you want to do. If I can't afford it, but yet I could go to Starbucks or, Panera Bread, or I could go to these fancy places and get a $5, $7 cup of coffee. Okay, that's my treat and that's my choice. But, that versus doing a stockpile, not saying it's bad. I enjoy getting a good cup of coffee, a nice good latte, I enjoy that. But sometimes you kind of have to weigh it out, like, should I be spending the money on that this week, or should I be putting it in the stockpile or whatever? So that's not to say there are people that don't have money. So with that being said, there are food banks out there. And I know, some people might be watching this video and go to the food banks on the regular. It's embarrassing, and it can be embarrassing. Some people have no problem with it. I understand. If you're nodding your head going, yes, I'm embarrassed, I don't want to admit, I don't want to go. It's those people that go. Listen, hard times hit everybody. Food banks, that's what they're there for. They're there to help you, hopefully to get over the hump. For maybe in a short while, a long while. Maybe it's just for 1 or 2 months, 1 or 2 visits. It is not something that you should live on, because obviously, you want to be self-sustaining. You want to be able to do the best you can with what you have and get a job and put money aside and start building your own home for yourself and or your family. But sometimes hard times hit and it stinks. And if you find yourself in a situation for the holidays, things coming up, and you're not wasting your money buying fancy coffees and going out to dinner and all doing frivolous things that money should be invested, you're really struggling, go hit a food bank. If you're really awkward, ask a friend to go with you, and just say, hey, would you come with me? I just, need somebody to walk in with. I'm a little awkward. I get it. We have gone ourselves. We have not gone often, but we've had a couple of times where I remember the first time we went. It was probably this time, a couple of years ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and we were really stuck for the month. And I said to my husband, I don't know, we need some extra food. And we went, and this was, long before the pandemic hit and things were different. And we went in and they gave you a basic box of whatevers. Then you got a grocery cart and you went in and you got so many loaves of bread and so much of this. And they had all these little categories of fruit and veggies and this and that. And you could take what you want. And they said, oh, if you come back in 2 weeks, you get your turkey, you get your sweet potatoes, and you get the whole thing. And we went and we came home and they even gave us danishes and treats, and we were really in a bind. And I remembered opening this like it was a pot of gold. And it was the extras that I couldn't afford for so long. And it was just so satisfying. Like, I have food to feed myself. I have food to feed my family. And in the interim of those 2 weeks where I work, somebody donated turkeys for every family. So I got a turkey, and then somebody said, oh, I'm never going to use my turkey. You guys want my turkey? I said, sure, we'll take your turkey. And then somebody else came up to us and said, you know what, we're never going to use your turkey. We're going away for the holidays. I don't have the freezer space. Can you guys use it? Sure, I could use your turkey. I ended up with 4 turkeys. So we used one for Thanksgiving. I cooked one up, and I made turkey soup and turkey, I don't know what, sandwiches, and you name it. We made turkey. Lived on that for a couple weeks. Then I still had 2 more turkeys in the freezer. And during those 2 weeks, we just had things change and gifts given, and we got over that hump. And then I think we went back maybe 6 months later, yada, yada, yada. And we have been occasionally to a food bank to get us over the hump and the slump. So do it. If you need to do it, you take care of you. You go and you do what you have to do. If you don't know where a local food bank is, just Google it in your area. Most churches in your town or in your area, not every church, but there are a lot of churches that will have that as an outreach. So check with your local churches. And if you go to church yourself, ask your pastor and say, hey, we're in a bind. Can you recommend a food bank? And there are other ministries and organizations that do that as well. So enough on that. I talked about tips and tricks. I've shown you my stockpile. I've given you a tour of my stockpile. By the way, my stockpile right now is a disaster zone. Woo! Gotta clean that puppy out. We had gone on vacation, got stuff before we went on vacation. Someone gave us a couple bags of food. Everything's like shoved in there right now. So I gotta clean that out. So I thought I would just show you my everyday stuff. I'm not gonna show you everything, but I'll show you some of it. Like, what do I keep kind of close at hand that I can cook from quickly, pull together quickly, that kind of thing. My cabinets are not perfectly clean. I am not Better Homes and Garden. I don't want to be. I don't claim to be. This is At Home with Lynn Wilson. You come to my home. I always tell you, I want you to feel at home. You can kick your shoes off, put your feet up on the couch, help yourself to a cup of coffee or tea. I point in the direction that those things are available. Put on a nice Christmas movie. Make yourself at home. We want our home to be inviting to our friends and our neighbors and our family. And so things are not always perfect. And I don't claim to be. I work full time. I take care of a family. I take care of older family members. That's my life. My life is not a spick and span house. Would I love that? Absolutely. It's not, it never will be. That's okay. You know what? It's okay. So I'm going to show you a couple of things. I'll show you my spice area, baking area. I'll show you sort of my pantry cabinet where I keep certain things. I have a turntable where I keep certain things. Just to kind of give you an idea of like what kind of stuff do I keep in the kitchen area versus the stockpile area. Now I have to tell you, I'm low on certain things, so you're going to see some empty containers. I'll explain that. We are low on fresh fruits and veggies. We've just used up a lot of what we had, so I need to refill on that. But anyway, you'll see what I mean. So hang on. We'll be back in about 2 seconds. Okay, so to get real with you guys, there you go. There's a box of food that was given to us that I must put away. And then, yeah, here's my disaster of a stockpile. I'll get the light on. So as you can see, I have bags down here, some groceries I picked up, and a lot that was given to me. Another bag of food in here, stuff down there. So I have some cleaning to do. Oh yeah. So some of it's organized. You can see dates are on stuff, canned goods of meat lined up. This is my stockpile. So these are things. Yep, there's that pumpkin I told you I stockpile. See that? I think I got, let's see. I've got 2 of them down there, and I have 4 of them on order coming in from Walmart.com. There's stuff up there. So that stuff's not too bad. This is the stuff I need to use up in the next couple of weeks that are ready to be used. These things are really good to have if you need some extras. But anyway, there's some of my home canning back there and spices, and I guess I'm okay for applesauce right now. We had a bunch of that given to us as well. So yeah, so there's my mess, just to prove to you that my stockpile is not always perfectly neat. And there we go. So let me show you some other items. Okay, so as I mentioned, my house is not going to be perfectly neat and organized, but this is called everyday living, and I live in my house. So my house will not always be perfectly neat and organized. So let me just climb up on a stool so I can show you a little bit. So these are my spices. I have puddings here for recipes, extra jams that I've picked up. Got sprinkles for the ice cream, and I don't even know what we have. This is some corn that I've dehydrated, barley green for vitamins, I've got some pumpkin back there, cocoa, extra vitamins, again, Crystal Light, things like that. This is an extra that I couldn't fit. So up here, I have all my spices on here. As you can see, whoop, I guess I got room to put that parsley right there. And these turntables I got at Target. These are great. Sorry about that. I got a little power outage there. So some more spices. This is more of the baking stuff that I have here. Not everything, like chopped chives and things, but the pumpkin spice and sprinkles and nutmeg and all that. Some of the extracts are up there. Up here I have some dehydrated marshmallows and some Rice Krispies that I use for oatmeal cookies. That's just a basket with extra odds and ends in it. Then here is my baking section over here. Let me jump over here for you. So this is something I got at the discount grocery store for 99 cents. It's absolutely delicious. Behind that I have some of my spices and scone mix. And what is this here? This is buckwheat flour. Here's another one I got for 99 cents at the discount grocery store. Oh, York peppermint patty dessert. And I have some more Kisses cookie mix. That was a discount grocery store thing. Keeping some odds and ends here for some recipes and for some muffins I want to make. Another pumpkin mix. I'm telling you, I love this stuff, you guys. Some other stuff here. Then up top we have the egg mixture I told you about for egg replacement. I have my butter that is shelf stable for life. Some carrots dehydrated, some salt back there. Peppers and onions dehydrated. What else do we have here? Molasses and honey, all kinds of stuff. Chicken flavoring. Up top there, it's just to-go cups, a thermos. There are some jellies that I canned up there, jam and stuff like that. So that's this spice cabinet. I think you should always have enough spices on hand, some basic things that you can use to flavor your meats, your sauces, all that, your gravies. It does make a difference. You always want to give your food good flavor, especially when you have to buy a cheaper cut of meat or something like that. These things really do help. So that's my everyday cabinet with my basic baking and spices. Okay, so here's like a turntable. I'm sitting on a stool so I can get all this in here. That I have in my kitchen cabinet. I used to keep pots and pans and I don't know, kitchen supplies on here, and I don't remember who I saw on YouTube. See how you learn from each other. And she had her stuff on a, I'm sorry, the lighting's not very good here. Hang on, let me come back, see if I can get better lighting. Maybe that's a little bit better. But anyway, she had her stuff on a turntable like this, and I thought, I'm going to give it a shot. So it really has worked out perfectly for me. So I have just my cooking sprays, I have pizza sauce, I don't even know what this is. What is it? Grits. We have lentils, couscous, just basic stuff. Rice is what goes in here, and I have to refill it. I have some more of my ghee butter that will stay forever and ever. I've got some, what do I have back here? Refried beans, cream corn. I use that for my cornbread. Split peas. This is just something I added. This is snacks for my son. So these were not here. So this whole section was empty, which is good. That means I'm using things up. I have canned chicken back there. I have some croutons for soup. What else do we have? Pork and beans, pasta. There's some rice. I told you this is not perfectly neat. I do have to clean this up. We have some brown sauce and fettuccine. This is more stuff here that I have for like gravies and soups. This was a packet left over from the pumpkin mix that you can drizzle on like the icing, and I don't like it on the pumpkin bread. So I saved it for, I don't know what, somewhere down the line I'll use it. Mushroom soup. I'll fill you more in about some cream of mushroom soup. Tomato paste, French dip. Some of this stuff I got at the discount grocery store. So these are oddball things like that. my favorite ever, Bisto. There's chicken. I have gravy. I should turn these so I can see them, right? I have French onion, baking powder. Then I have salt. And this is the Bisto beef. My favorite. So these are cans of tuna. These are specialty cans. I have a recipe up and coming for this and a video. I just got these the other day when I was out on vacation at an Amish store. Chicken flavored, brown flavored, and biscuit gravy. They were $1 each, so pick those up. Cream of tartar for a recipe with this that I will be sharing. In here are all my spices for, like, what do I have? Fried rice and taco mix and all that good stuff. Back there, instant potatoes for my gravy. Down here are oils, olive oil, and I have apple cider vinegar. And I got my regular tuna, baking soda, oils, coconut oil. I have to order a big bottle of olive oil. This is red wine vinegar. And this here is celery, if you can believe it. Yeah, it's a whole jar of celery. I bought some dehydrated celery at a really good discounted price, and I did not like it one bit. It just did not rehydrate well. It was kind of chewy. I don't know. I didn't like it. So I didn't want to waste the money. So what I did is I ground it up into a powder. So now I can make cream of celery soup with this, and I can just add any celery flavoring to any soup. I can throw it in anything because it's in a powder form, and that will last me a whole long time. So that's just an idea there. I picked this up. Okay, I have a question for you guys. Somebody help me here. Jamarelle Stewart bought this and said it's super, super healthy, African superfruit, yada, yada. I bought it. I don't know how to use this stuff. She says you mix it with some water and flavoring or like sweetener. I haven't used it. I don't want to waste it. How do you use it? Anybody use this? How do you drink it? What do you do? How do you make a perfect glass of this stuff to drink? Let me know. That would be great. I have some apple pie filling that I never use. Somebody gave it to me. I gotta figure out a recipe for that. I have some instant rice back there. And then I just have some soups here. Again, I'm sorry for the darkness, but we're down in the corner of my room here. So I've got some bone broth packets, some miscellaneous soups and fruits, soup, powdered soups and things. So that's on my everyday turntable. So let me show you one project I'm working on. Okay, here is my current dehydrator. Some of you have asked, what do I use? This is the one I have. I had a smaller one that was about, oh, maybe $25 to buy off of Amazon. Loved it, used it for probably 3 or 4 years, and then got this one, I think it was either last year or the year before for Christmas. And I like this one. It has different settings on it where my other one had one setting. So there's the settings. And then I have trays on here. All these trays are filled. Let me pick it up. You can have a sneak peek on here. Oh yeah, what's that? Mushrooms. Oh yeah. So it's trays and trays of dehydrated mushrooms. So I'm going to be doing a video on why I dehydrated them, how I'm going to use them, and so on. So stay tuned for that up and coming. Okay, so it's a little dim in here, but it's late at night. Late enough. Sun has gone down. Yeah, it's 9 o'clock at night when I'm doing this. So here you go. What do I have in here? I have fruit cups to use for breakfast to go along with our cereals. We're not huge cereal eaters. My husband and I, once in a blue moon, will get the hankering for cereal for dinner. No shame in that. This is flour that I'm trying to use up. Here's an empty container. Nothing wrong with empty containers. Some more flour here and here. And I have all-purpose flour here. I had done a cooking class, a homeschool co-op, so I had dumped some of this into here, use that up, but I don't want to mix the two since this has been exposed more to the air. I want to use that up first. My regular flour is almost out, so I want to combine that with that, use that up first. There's my sugar. What else do I have here? I bought this. Thumbs down. Don't like it. Oh, it's so dark. I'm so sorry. Don't like it one bit. I tried making pancakes. I thought they were horrible. I would never buy it again. But Jan from New York City says you can make muffins and all kinds of things out of pancake mix. So I think that's what I'll be using this for instead of pancakes. Down here, I have some jars. Oh my word, it's so dark. I'm so sorry. In the back there are jars that I took and vacuum sealed for flour. In here I have baking mix, and I have some jasmine rice, some other empty containers. One of my favorite pancake mixes. We have some popcorn for the rare occasion we use it. We have some more grits and things like that. Brown sugar, confectionate sugar, extra sugar. Down on the bottom here, I have some other things that I've canned and I've dry canned. I have some extra pasta over here. This cabinet needs a bit of a tidy up. Let me back up a little bit here. It needs to be tidied up. Absolutely, 100%. It's a little messy. But again, this is everyday use. We're in and out of it constantly. So that's what happens. You don't straighten things up every day. Every once in a while, you got to go in and give it a deep clean. So that'll be coming up in the next week or two. So what else can I show you? Let me just close this cabinet up. I know many of you love this cabinet. I do too. Very pretty cabinet. I have got some things up there that I have to put away as well, that I just picked up that'll belong in here. This cabinet was in the garbage, so I did pretty well. So let me bring you over to one other spot. This will be the last spot for the evening. So I have my tea box here, and this is my different flavored teas. I had done a video on how I organize my teas. These are all my teas that I use for health reasons down here. Detox teas and all kinds of other throat soother and things like that. So there we go. That is everything. Here's another one. Smooth Move. That one belongs with the health food stuff, and this is just all the regular, my English breakfast tea and my Lady Grey teas and things like that. So that's my everyday teas. And then you guys have all seen my coffee area that I have here. So just a few fall things sitting here. So that's the end of the video. This is my everyday pantry go-to grab right away. As you can see how dark it is out there. So this is my everyday stuff. There you go, a few fall decorations up there. So, okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up. Go check out Jan and Debbie's channel. And don't forget, I will leave a link in the description below. We'll catch you all on the next video.